What's up, guys? Now, you saw by the title, I got a favorite rod and reel unboxing. Now, before I do this, I've been getting some questions lately, and it's not one of those things where it's, like people ask me all the time, what knot do I tie? People ask me all the time, what line do I use? Do people really ask all the time? No. But I have been getting some questions. I've had some people ask me, are you sponsored by Favorite? I saw you on their website. I saw you under the influencers. And the answer to that is yes and no. I am not sponsored in a sense to where I get paid. I don't have a code yet. I don't make commission. I don't have any of those things. I am simply an influencer. So the job of an influencer is to say, hey, go check out this stuff. Go check out these rods. Go check out these reels. Correct? Essentially is what it is. Buy these baits, buy this line, do this. You're an influencer. You're supposed to influence people to get a certain product. Now, when it comes to that, I am not the type of guy or influencer to try and tell somebody to go get something that I don't believe in. I will not work with a company that I do not believe in. Simply, that's just as easy as it is. I've worked with different companies, some bait companies, and I'm not going to name names, but I worked with a jig company. They're making some more stuff now, but it was when I first started out, and I worked with them, and I was an influencer for them, and I got a discount with them, and I got these things. However, I had multiple break-offs with the way that they were finishing their jigs, and when that happened, I cut ties. Lost faith in them, didn't want to deal with it. I'm sure they've improved since then. But at the time, I refused to work with them. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to work with a company that I do not believe in. So that brings me to Favorite. Okay? Y'all remember, I think it was around the beginning of the year, there was a big split. Guggen's left Favorite. Okay? Now, Guggen's left Favorite to go make their own rods, and more power to them. But it was the other guys, the other influencers out there, that went out and sold all their rods and, spoke out against Favorite and these different things. Now, I have no beef with Yak Pack or Fish Hook. Those two guys in particular, no beef with them. I've talked with them. Cool dudes. I like them. Other guys, whatever, but that's neither here nor there. I stuck with Favorite because I got my first Favorite rod. It was a Whitebird. It's laying over there. It's actually part of my giveaway I got coming up. It's a Whitebird medium heavy moderate action rod. And I got it about a year ago. And I got two of them off Amazon. And I have been rolling with them ever since. I was extremely impressed with Favorite. Now, I mean, me, like a lot of the guys back then, we got influenced and turned on to Favorite because of the Guggens. That's what it is. I'm not going to BS you guys. So I want to check out these rods. And then I slowly started getting more. I got a Phantom. I rolled with the two Whitebirds and the Phantom for a while. And then I got, what was the next one that I got? Oh man, I'm drawing a blank here. I think it was a Big Sexy in the fat glass. But I've been rolling with Favorite for over a year now. I've tried some different rods. I've tried different Cast Kings. I got a Dobbins over here. I got an I-Rod for my swim bait. I got another Cast King for swim baits and A-rigs. But Favorite has been my daily driver ever since. So when they started coming out with the reels, I started setting money aside. Now let me tell you guys straight up, I bought this stuff with my own money. I was not gifted anything. I bought these with my own money. Okay? I started saving up, and I had every intention of getting two of these rods and a third rod. Now the third rod, plans actually changed. Now I know today they're releasing the Pro Series rods, and am I going to kick myself for not getting those? I don't think so. But I feel like I've done enough talking. Let's get into the unboxing. Let's show you what I got. Open up the tube. Now, I've already opened everything up. I mean, it's like Christmas. You can't wait. I've opened everything up. I put the three rods that I got in this one tube. It actually came in three different tubes. Favorite does really well with shipping their stuff. But let's jump into the reels first off, okay? First one I'm going to show you the soleusxcs. Now I've got the regular Solus. I know I keep like chasing squirrels and going off on tangents. I've got the regular Solus. I've got it in a 6:3:1 gear ratio in red, and I have that on my fat glass, and I loved that reel so much that I wanted to go ahead and get the XCS because I wanted to see what the differences were, and I wanted to toss one, try them out. I ended up getting 2 of them. Like I said, I've been saving up for a while, and I'm pretty freaking pumped about these reels. So the first one I got here, I got the XCS in gunmetal in the 8 gear ratio. Now I've already got this one spooled up with braid, as you can see. I've got the Daiwa J-Braid 8 strain. That's what I've been rolling with for my top water. I got this for another frog rod, another top water rod, but it will be a frog rod. I like to roll with 2 different frogs. I want to have a walking style frog and I want to have a popping style frog. I want to be able to cover both without having to retie and have them right there at the ready. So the soleusxcs in gunmetal gold accents. You got the dial on the side here to where you can actually, put your line in there so you know what line you're rolling with. The oversized EVA foam knobs, great for cranking. 100mm crank, lots of crank power in this. The accents that they have on these are just insane. The entire body is aluminum. Underneath, on some reels, you're going to have, that goes onto the reel seat, plastic. That is aluminum as well. So this reel is going to get cranked on quite a bit, especially with frog season. It's here. It's right now. You've seen the videos. I'm catching frogfish. I want to have a second one ready to go for different style of frogs. So I got the soleusxcs 8:1:1 gear ratio in gunmetal and gold. And this thing is sick. You've got the high-speed spool bearings in this. You've got an external braking system as well. Centrifugal braking system. Side plate, latch, tip it forward, pops right off. Now, would I like to see a side plate that's connected? Yes, but I mean, what are you going to do? The reel feels great. It's extremely lightweight. I'm pumped. I'm going to be throwing this one. If it performs anything like the regular Solus, I'm ecstatic already. That reel has been great to me. So, new topwater rig, right there. The soleusxcs gunmetal 8:1 gear ratio. So the next one that I got, and this thing is just sexy looking. I mean, I had to get it. Guys might make fun of me, but I don't care. I got the gold soleusxcs in the 7:3:1 gear ratio, okay? The gold on the rod that I'm going to put it on, it looks like a piece of art. It looks so freaking good. So I got the gold, and I got it in the 7:3:1 gear ratio because I want this one to kind of take place of my all-around daily driver, which is my Phantom and my 13. I'm not retiring the Phantom. I'm probably going to retire the 13 here pretty soon. It's been over a year. I haven't oiled it once. I actually had a guy ask me, he was like, do 13s just sound like crap, or is it just me? No, dude, that one sounds like crap. I've never oiled it. I just wanted to see how much wear and tear I could put on it, and it's been over a year, and it still casts, and it still works, still catches fish, but I think it's time to upgrade. So, some things that I did forget to mention on the first one that I'll be able to talk about with this one here is 10+1 bearings. So 11 total bearings in here, 20-pound drag capacity as well, okay? All stainless steel internal components. Like I said, it's aluminum body. These reels just look flat out good, and they flat out perform. So let's talk about that spool really quick. I don't know if we can zoom in on this, but it's still going. Still going. High-speed spool bearings. These reels are where it's at. Now, I'm not saying they're the best reel that's out there. I'm not saying that whatsoever. I'm saying that this is a great alternative to some of the other reels that are out there. I like to have different, variety. So that's why I got them. And I love Favorite. And I'm loyal to a brand. And just because someone says they suck, if it works for me, I'm sticking with it. So take my word for it. Don't take my word for it. That's up to you. But those reels are slick. They perform. like I said, if they perform anything like the regular Solus, they freaking perform. Let's get into the fun stuff. Let's pull out the rods. All right, so the first one I'm going to show you is my 7.3 extra heavy Big Sexy. And this rod in particular, get that rod sock off there. Sorry. So the Big Sexy has been my frog rod. It's been my go-to. I have loved everything about that rod, how it performs. I got the heavy fast action. That's what you've been seeing me catch these frogfish on lately. Now, I got the 7.3 extra heavy because where I'm going, I wanted that extra heavy. I wanted that little extra backbone for the thicker stuff that I'm going to be fishing, especially tomorrow and the rest of this summer. So everything about this rod, it just flat out performs. It works. The parabolic bend on this, the way it loads, the way it snaps back, the color on it, you know, it's got that 4D print on there. So the color change, little aesthetics. Besides the aesthetics, the rod performs. Okay? I've been using it. I've been putting it through its paces. This is it right here. That's my 7.3 heavy, or my 7-foot heavy right there. Little thicker in the butt on the 7.3 extra heavy. A little bit longer, obviously. I mean, it's 3 inches longer. It's kind of stupid. But, like I said, I wanted that extra bit of backbone for that heavy, heavy stuff. So, I know the rod works. I love everything about it. 7.3, Big Sexy, extra heavy, fast action. Right here. Oh, man, it looks good. You getting that color shift? You getting that color shift change in the light? Man, it looks good. Now this guy in particular, what I'm going to be doing with him is I am putting that gunmetal XCS on here because, like I said, I've already got that braid on there. That 8:1 gear ratio. Gunmetal XCS on the Big Sexy. That is sexy. And that is cheesy. But, man, that looks good. Feels good. Palmability. These things in their pictures, these reels in the picture, they look big. I'm telling you, they are low profile. They're extremely low profile. You can palm these super easy, and that setup right there is money. Money, money, money. Next up, this is one that I've had my eye on for a while. It is the Rush from Favorite. Now, this one right here, I got for a jig, heavy Texas rig rod. This is the 7.5 heavy fast action Rush. It's a heavy rod, and it is so light. It is so well balanced. The aesthetics on this are just, they're ridiculous. The gold accents, again, the color changing, the print of the rod itself, the texture to it. This rod just looks freaking good. And it's so lightweight. It's got a shorter butt on there. This is what I'm going to have for jigs, heavy Texas rigs. I said that already. I know. But this is why I got this rod. Because the one I've been using for jigs and heavy Texas rigs, or like heavier swim baits, underspins, anything like that, has been my Phantom. And it just, the moderate fast, the little softer tip on there, it's just not enough backbone to drive those big owner hooks home. And I've had some issues even with jigs, driving jig hooks home on like heavier jigs. Finesse jigs, just fine. Regular lightweight Texas rigs, just fine. That's what I've always used. But this guy is going to be for heavier duty stuff. And then the reel to go with it, just because I'm that guy, I like to have stuff that matches, is going to be the gold XCS. And when this thing, I strapped this on the rod earlier, and my goodness, it looks so incredibly good. Let's cut these tags off really quick. I mean, look at this. Look at that. That is art. That is art right there. Gold with gold. Whew. Man, that rod and that reel, they were made for each other. This is a match made in heaven. I am absolutely jacked about this. It looks so good, I don't even know if I want to throw it. You know, like when you get a setup that looks so good and you're just like, ah, man, I don't even want to use that because it just is so freaking pretty. That's how I feel about this guy right here. Whew! Looks good. Oh yeah, one other thing about the reel. The clutch bar, it's got rubber on there. So, soft touch rubber on the clutch bar. So, fingers are wet, anything like that, you're going to get a good purchase on there. 100% every time. Oh, man, that looks good. I forget all these things and then it just kind of comes back to me. I'm like, oh yeah, I should mention that. Now, last but not least, the creme de la creme. Now again, this is a rod that I was not at first. I wasn't gonna buy it at first, is what I'm trying to say. I didn't intend to buy this one at first because it was not out yet. I was gonna get the Summit, but they brought out the Hex, and I saw MDJ throwing that thing, and I was like, I gotta have that. So I saved up a little bit more money, and I picked up the Hex. Yeah, I know. And some guys are gonna be like, Alex, wait, I remember when you said that you would never spend that much money on a one-dimensional rod. I know what I said. I can go back on what I said. So I did. And this thing, I mean, look, it's like it comes in its own garment bag. Like a leather and mesh. So let's get this bag off of here. Rod sleeve, rod bag. Oh, man. The Hex in all of its glory. This is it. Hexagonal rod shape. I mean, I can go into the bells and whistles about this. I can talk about the specs on the guides, you know, to the rod itself, to, you know, the material that they make this out of, to the cork, everything. I'm not going to. I'm not going to bore you guys with that. This rod in particular, I got for my daily driver. I got this for an all-around, all-purpose rod. Now, I know what I said. I'm going back on what I said. 7.5 medium heavy fast action. That's what this one is. Now the reel I'm going to be putting on this guy is a surprise because I've got a tackle warehouse order coming. It's actually coming today, so I'll be throwing it tomorrow. But tackle warehouse, guys, I know you've been asking about them. I got another one coming for you. I had to save up. Fishing gets expensive, okay? It gets pricey. You got to save up your money. But this rod, this is like a unicorn, okay? I know there's a couple buddies of mine that we've talked about this rod, and I have it now. It's mine. It is mine. The Hex in all of its glory. Beautiful, beautiful rod. Chrome accents, black rod, carbon fiber wrap. Like I said, hexagonal shape, super lightweight. You want to talk about lightweight? It's almost as light, if not lighter than the Rush. The balance on this for a 7.5 rod is out of control. I'm freaking jacked about this rod. Freaking jacked. This is going to be a perfect rod for the kayak, especially. Shorter butt handle, kind of like the Rush as well. Whew. That's it. Guys, I appreciate every single one of you. I say it every time. I mean it. Even the guys that give me a thumbs down, the guys that disagree with me, that's cool. I don't take it personally. We can disagree, we can argue. You can say these rods suck. I really don't care. These rods have never sucked for me. Never sucked for me. I love them. I've been riding with them. I'm going to continue to ride with Favorite. Maybe someday I'll get up there and get that actual sponsorship. Maybe I'll get past an influencer and actually make some money. But if I don't, you won't see me leaving. You won't see me getting salty. Again, I'm not throwing shade towards Fish Hook, towards Yak Pack. Those guys, it's their prerogative. They wanted to go elsewhere, and I respect them for it. But I'm here. I've been riding with Favorite. I'm going to continue to ride with Favorite. I believe in them. I trust them. Again, no issues whatsoever with any of the rods that I have. So, thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next time we're on the water.